All right, let's dive into a story that's pretty wild. It's about a place where two completely different centuries smash into each other, all inside one single incredible machine.
So picture this. We're in a museum in the Netherlands, and sitting there among all these historic treasures is a machine from the 1930s that's, well, it's doing something that should be totally impossible. And that, right there, is where our mystery begins.
To really set the scene, you have to know about this place. We're in Utrecht at the Spielkloch Museum, and this place is amazing. It's dedicated entirely to self-playing instruments. The whole building is just humming with mechanical magic.
I mean, the stuff they have here is just mind-blowing. You've got these little mechanical figures, automata, that move all by themselves. They have the world's only self-playing violin. Think about that for a second. Not to mention all the gorgeous, intricate clocks and, of course, those huge, famous Dutch street organs, the draaiorgels. It's just a whole symphony of gears and wood and incredible craftsmanship.
But among all of these mechanical marvels, there is one that really makes you do a double take. It's a machine that seems to be breaking its own rules, a true collision of eras.
At the very center of our story is this machine, a beautiful, ornate dance hall instrument built way back in the 1930s. You can practically hear the jazz music of the time just looking at it. This thing was designed to fill a whole room with music, all by itself.
And this is where it gets weird. I mean, really weird. Because this 90-year-old mechanical wonder isn't playing music the way it's supposed to. It's playing songs from a modern laptop.
Yeah, exactly. What? That's the only reaction that makes sense. A modern computer is somehow telling this vintage, analog machine what to play. It shouldn't work.
Now, to really appreciate just how bizarre this is, we've got to talk about how the machine was designed to work. And believe me, it wasn't magic. It was just brilliant old-school engineering.
See, this machine was a huge leap forward for its time. Before it came along, you mostly had things like music boxes with these big metal barrels. They were cool, but you got one song per barrel, and that was it. This machine used the hot new tech of its day. Cardboard books. All of a sudden, you could change the song. It was programmable, it was versatile, it was a complete game changer.
The way it worked was so elegant. A musician would punch a series of holes into these long, folded cardboard books. You'd feed the book into the machine, a mechanical reader would detect where the holes were, and each hole would trigger an instrument, a pipe, a drum, whatever, to play a specific note. It's a completely physical analog system. No electricity, no software, just pure mechanics.
So you had this old, purely mechanical system, and now it's being run by a digital brain. This Frankenstein setup leaves us with three huge fundamental questions.
First, and this is the one that just boggles my mind. How? Seriously, how do you even connect those two things? How does the digital signal from a laptop get translated into the physical movements this machine needs to make music? It's not like there's a USB port on a 1930s dance organ. What kind of custom-made bridge between those two worlds even exists?
Which, of course, brings us to the next big question. Why? What was the reason for doing this? Was it a clever way to preserve the old, fragile cardboard books? Maybe it was just for convenience, to give the museum a massive library of songs to play. Or, and this is my favorite theory, was this the pet project of some genius who just wanted to see if it could even be done? And that leads to the biggest question of all. Who? Who on earth has this incredibly specific, overlapping set of skills? You'd need to be an expert in 1930s mechanical music and a modern electronics and software whiz. That combination is, well, it's got to be unbelievably rare. And the most incredible part of all this is we don't know the answers to any of these questions. This isn't a solved case from the history books. It's an active, ongoing mystery. So this is where the story is right now. The person who first documented this strange hybrid has basically put out a call to the world, hoping that the massive hive mind of the internet might have an answer. The search for the secret inventor is officially on. Which brings us right here, to the end. The answer could be anywhere. It could be in some dusty maintenance log in the museum's basement, or it could be a story that some retired engineer tells their grandkids. So we'll leave you with this. Do you know the secret of the musical machine?